don't do that. Two different maps. They're like completely two different maps. I can't. Those will require their own separate things because of the terrain differences on that. It requires almost a separate play style with the two different Thipfels. So I'm just going to cover the World War I variant.
Sure.
Alright, fantastic. I'm on the south, so this allows me to get the important part. So, this one here, we're doing Redshire 1944. This is the updated PC variant of this map. I'm joined again with RenegadeCentral, community contributor from Mixer. He has thankfully allowed me to ask him to help. Anyway, we'll be going from the south side. We'll be working down the 0, working our way left because we're just going to go based on how I play this map. From the south side here, artillery, just real fast while I'm on my way over here. Artillery is they're over here somewhere. I don't remember. I think it's right there in that like little bowl divot over here somewhere. So that's pretty much where you'll find them. I'll never see them over here. Over here is redundant. They'll get spotted, so they never come over here. This little hill right here, some TDs, good hull down TDs can get here. This is a good location for some TDs on this flank. Now, this flank, the 9-0 line, is a very, very important flank. Way too many times that so many times really that I have to bring this up, and it pains me to say it. If you don't have anyone this flank, I'm sorry, but you have just opened up a back door to getting destroyed. This flank is very, very important. So attacking this, having some light tanks make a little spot run along this ridge is good. If you got a good enough amount of camo, maybe you're like the LT-432 or a T-100 LT, you could get in these bushes and just sit here. Just be aware that once you fire, you better make sure you move, because if you are spotted, you're going to take a lot of shots. Rock's okay for cover, but don't hang there too long. So attacking this side from the south, there's two approaches to dealing with this based on the situation. If there is artillery in the game, do not take the side here that Renegade is on. Do not assault this side, because artillery can get shots on this side from both flanks. Instead, with artillery present, you want to focus on attacking on this side. You are already safe, provided that you are not, up against these ridges on the opposite side. You can get here, brawl, whatever you need to do. If there is no artillery in the game, definitely attack both flanks. You really need to do that because it becomes a mini flanking game in this area. This also, at the start, becomes a game between both teams of who can get to this area first. And whoever can get to this area and gain control of that corridor right there, and even this corridor over here, will generally come out on top. That spot where Renegade's at and sliding, looking a little foolish. That spot is okay. You're just struggling. Sorry. That spot's okay if you have turret armor. If you don't have turret armor, don't go there. At games at tier 6 and things like that, I've seen Hellcats go up there, and I've just loaded HE and gone and just destroyed them in 2 shots. No. Hellcats, lightly armored tanks, don't go up there. Stop going up there. You're just gonna die. Artillery can also hit you from there, so if there is artillery, don't go up there. A big key part I would have to say about the flank here, especially attacking from the south. I think attacking from the north, one could argue that the strategy is completely different, but attacking from the south, depending on the amount of people that you have on this flank when you win it, I would say do not push any farther than the river here. If you have artillery support and you have TDs back up on this ridge line that are able to provide support, by all means, push this line, push that hill there from this flank. Spot those tanks, allow artillery and your TDs in the back to get shots on them. This is a good way to get some really good spot assists, provided you have the support. But as long as you got artillery and TDs to keep your head down, you can do exactly what Renegade's doing and push up that hill. The only problem is that you have to deal with whatever monstrosity may be hiding around that rock right over there. Because if there's artillery right there, you've just literally gave yourself like a nice juicy target to them. Whatever you do, don't cap on this map, on this side. Don't cap when you're attacking from there is no safe spot, and I will show that why. I always prefer when attacking from this side, if I have the support, I always prefer attacking along these ridges because I'm mobile, I've got gun depression, I can do that. If you don't have gun depression, I would have to say don't go any farther than the river, turn around and go back and help the teammates at like the one line or something. This is why I say don't attack from, or don't cap. So Renegade, if you could try and spot me or something as I cross here, that'd be great. But as you can see, oh my goodness, they are all there. They're all there. TDs everywhere. TDs everywhere. You're not even safe from here. Are you sure you could dive down here? But you're still going to get hit by Arty. Actually, this hole is a lot deeper than what it is on PC. Wow, okay. You'll still get hit by Arty, regardless of if you go down that divot or not. But, you know, to get in here in the cab, you're still exposed to everything. You're still exposed to whatever's there, whatever's on the backside. Artillery can still get you. You might be like, try and get safe from artillery on this house, but hey, look. Oh, hey, look. I'm still getting shot. I'm not going to bother wasting my kit on this, but and this is even worse here. On PC, there's the lines kind of back here towards the backside of this house. You don't even get that option here. You still want to cap. You're still exposed to everything, and you can get shots on both sides. So don't cap. You are in the open. Don't do it. Going
and you've
back,
also got to watch out the tank destroyers that sit in the A12 corner that will be able to shoot you from behind.
That protect artillery? Yeah.
Waffentraggers, lights up there. I see a lot of, if you're 9s, SU-1, SU-122 54s. They like sit back up there.
Arty, Death Stars, Jaegers,
yep.
They'll be right around that rock waiting for you to just come around unawares and then blap. You're either dead or you might as well be. So let's go back here and let's say that you don't have artillery support or you don't have support in general and you win this side from the south. Don't push any farther than the river, like I said. Set myself in auto drive and go to the next section while I describe this. Your best bet once you win this whole side of the creek is to just backtrack, maybe even go through the town, cross back from your side, and then just assist your team on the 4-5 line. The enemy team, because they know that there's a bunch of people over there on the 9-0 line, they're not going to go over there and push. They're going to assume you're sitting there camping, waiting for them to get spotted. They're not going to do anything. So you got some security there. Your best bet, if you don't have the support, so just backtrack, come through the town. Even coming through the town and assaulting is safer than trying to push the same way we just described without support. So
yeah, the buildings do provide decent cover. So if you do push through town, not a bad idea.
This whole area here is this is like the prime location. This is almost like Prokhorovka in a sense that the middle area can get shots on both the east and western side of the map. These rocks, don't stick around them for too long. I've seen Death Stars and some medium tanks that stick around this thinking they're okay, but the moment they get spotted by something over there, they just get shot, lit up. You do have good... If you have a light tank that spots the enemy team crossing over or assaulting over there, you can't see anything with that tree. You do have the ability to get... I have lost my sense of direction. Ah, there we go. you do have the ability to get shots on the tanks over here fighting in this area. You do have that ability. Again, just don't stick around here too long, as it was tipped to me by someone who comes here quite frequently. Use these rocks for very short cover. Come here, get unspotted, and then once you're unspotted, get off the ridge. Obviously, that didn't work for me because I'm too big, but, you know, at the same point in time, he's, you know, I never bothered to get unlit in the first place. You can pop up, do this, get some good flank shots on, as you can see, that nice little, you got a nice little juicy gap there to attack tanks from the north in the 1-2 line. It's good. You're open to arty. You're open to arty for the most part in this whole area here. Don't camp around in that area. If you lose this flank, it's horrible. You'll have nowhere to go if you get flanked on this side as well as on the 1-2 line. These bowl areas, or these like little ravines, this is questionable. I would almost argue and say don't come down here unless you have a bunch of people coming down here, so like a platoon coming down in here and pushing. There's no point. The reason I say this is because you are exposed to everything over there. You are exposed, as you can see, back over there. I am broadside to anything over there. I crest over. If there's any light tanks or anything on this ridge over here, I've exposed myself. I've exposed myself coming over the ridge. I even exposed myself if I decide to come around the ridge. Just almost no point really in attacking from this flank here on these like little bumps and bumpuses and defilades and all that. No point. If you are going to use these hills and the defilades here, if you're going to do it, I would almost say make sure that you are able to keep whatever tanks over there at bay, or make sure that your team is pushing on there, and then attack from this side. Not only are you not able to get shot from the 9-0 line, but you're outside their draw distance, as well as the fact that you got some cover to be able to kind of fight whatever's along here. You have a nice little ridge line to deal with things. Be wary, TDs will be back there in the A1-2 area, like Renegade said earlier, so careful of that. I would almost, I don't come down this flank that very often at all. I still think the 9-0 line is prominent, and I tend to just provide scouting assistance once I win that side, regardless. But once you have pretty much taken or pushed up this far, you've cornered the enemy team pretty much in the A through D, 1 through 4 square area. You've pretty much trapped them in there. It's really, you can easily pick them apart. It becomes a cleanup operation at that point. Now, I'm going to quickly explain, don't go back here. Some TDs can come back here, but that only really works if you are losing this flank. Now, attacking from the castle, I would say the castle is like the redundant fight, in my opinion. You know, it's important because you know heavy tanks and stuff will come over here, but I've never seen a match won by the castle fight alone. The castle fight has never decided a victory. It has always been pretty much the area of where you can corner the tanks, and the more tanks that are in this area are less tanks on the map, which means that whichever team has the most tanks moving around on the map will more than likely win and have map control. So whichever team sends more heavy tanks over in this area, in this castle wall, is, I would say, more than likely going to lose. You're for the most part, you're safe from getting flanked shots on your flank because of these walls. But again, it's just a brawl fest. This is a self-explanatory thing. You got one building here, I think a rock over on this flank. It is just it's just a brawl fest. That's all it is. It's just a bunch of heavy tanks fighting each other, trading hit points. I don't need to explain anything here. If you do have some medium tanks, or maybe even a light tank or something, or whatever it is, or a platoon of some fast heavies or something, this ravine, was pointed out to me, is a very, very good flank route to get around them, get some flank shots, provided that your team over there on your right side is able to, you know, keep these guys on this ridge distracted. I'm clearly distracted, not paying attention where I'm going. But this ridge here clearly allows you to get right up behind them. Again, if you're fast, if you are fast and have a bunch of guys able to do this, it can be done. If you don't, and you don't have the support over there, as soon as you get spotted here, you're just going to get shot in the butt by everything in their mother over here and over there, and shot by Artie. This map is another one of those kill all, no cap maps. I've never seen this match won by cap. I've only really seen people cap on this map just to draw out the last tank, or to just be a fallback plan in case the light tank that's left alive can't be found. But for the most part, that pretty much covers attacking from the south side. And like I said, artillery and TDs will tend to hide back there, so make sure you deal with whatever's over there. Discord is going crazy right now.
But yeah.
Makes sense.
I do want to add, not one flank is better than the other. Both the 9-0 line and the middle hill area are both key flanks that need to be covered.
Mm-hmm. I agree. You could almost, like, if you were to get rid of one section of the map and just have invisible walls, I would say that the castle area could go away. It doesn't matter. I almost prefer the older Redshire over the newer one, just because of the fact that you don't have that castle that traps everyone there. That's more people that you can send down the 9-0 or the middle. I'm going to swap teams. Well, I wait for you to select your tank.
Ooh,
Get used to the Buttermobile. Yeah, you have fun driving around in that Buttermobile there.
I did.
I like the name of that, actually. If only that was an inscription, the Buttermobile, I'd put that on my Leo. I'd put that on my Leo.
I've just got mine's Leopard.
Alright, so we're going to get started right now on to attacking from the north side while this loads. Now, briefly here, I would say the strategy is both the same, but yet different just based on the terrain that you are dealt with. It's the same in the sense that the 4-5 and the 9-0 flanks are the important parts of the map. These are the key sections that your team needs to cover. And the 1-2 are, you could get away with it not being a problem. Really. It's all about that map control. It is, however, attacking from the 9-0 line that one could argue, based on my opinion, of how to assault. But, yeah. Alright, so real quickly, Artie, I've always seen them over there in that area. I have seen Artie over here, like I mentioned in the last section. Artie is over there. I think it's because you can get some good shots in Castle. I could be wrong. I'm not an Artie player. I don't know. Maybe they just got caught over here. I was just about to say the 6-7 bowl, and then I was talking about hugging the rock area that we were talking about with the Death Stars and Jaegers sitting around the corner. I might just feel that that's probably just because they want to go there and get a nice good shotgun before they get killed. I could be wrong. So, Renegade, there is a bush over here that is strongly recommended for light tanks. And I could be wrong. I know on the older Redshire it's over here. And it looks like they may or may not have just decreased the size. Okay. Over here in this area, this is a bush that light tanks I strongly recommend using. It might even be that one over there. I could be wrong. I do know I've used this one. Yeah. I don't know. I like this one just because it's a little bit more of an open thing. I don't have houses blocking my spotting. But I guess that one over there and this one over here, these are good spots. You can get some good stuff here, and if you got TDs already up there and loaded, ready to go, you can get some good flank shots. It's a good thing. Just don't fire. Whatever you do, you will get spotted. It's a good passive scout location. Now, assault team from the 9-0 line from the north. Whatever you do, don't crest over here. Don't crest via these hills. Take the safe thing. Take this like little ravine here and cross that way. More than likely you may get spotted by that light tank, but as long as you keep moving, you should be able to get over here safely. You got plenty of cover to protect yourself from getting flank shots here, except for a couple of spots, obviously. And like I said, it's all about who can get here first. This, again, it's the same thing. If there's artillery, attack from this flank. If there is no artillery, attack both flanks here. Again, if you got turret armor, you can go up there. Actually, I just now remember there's another location over here for the south side that they could use. It is right over here. That could have almost ended badly. Yeah, it's just a nice little thing here. If you have strong turret armor, this is a good spot. This is a good spot to pretty much halt in advance. You got the one tank alone here with really strong turret armor could almost halt an entire push just because of the fact that there will be no way for them to deal with them. If they're smart, if the person here is smart and they only expose enough of their tank to be able to take a shot, you won't out them unless artillery or you just rush in. Or them, sorry. Gotta be a little politically correct here. Really, that again, this is the part where you could argue this attacking from the north. I could say you could get away with completely just pushing this side. There's no need to, oh, I don't have enough support, so I'm going to double back. No, I think this attacking from the north is a good thing. You can push this flank. It's the reason I say this is because if you deal with all the tanks there, most part you won't see anything over there by these like houses and stuff. They'll all be over there on the 4-5 area. So you could get away with pushing this flank, provided that you aren't spotted. You could get away with pushing this flank, dealing with artillery, and then setting up shop in these houses if you got the ability to side scrape and stuff, and getting shots on supporting fire from those that are spotting these tanks up here on this ridge. And again, actually, I gotta double check here. You might actually be able to cap the base from cap the south spawn base here. I have to double check. Is that house there? Is that within the bounds of the cap circle?
Yes, it is. Just the edges of it.
Albeit
you
barely.
You can side scrape off it. If you're a heavy tank with decent armor, you can side scrape off it.
You can side scrape. You can hide yourself. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. You have the advantage. You could theoretically cap. You could theoretically cap here, contrary to the south side. I am completely safe from, again, if I flanked from the 9-0 line and I decide to cap, I am completely safe from whatever's over there. I am not safe from being flanked by whatever may be hiding over there. And if artillery shifted that direction, oh, I guarantee you'll get shot. But, as artillery, I would shoot here first if there was enemy artillery. If someone was capping my base, I would definitely shoot this spot. I'm gonna get out of here before I cap out. But you could theoretically cap this base from the south side. I think a lot of people tend to forget that, though. I'm all for the kill all no cap. Just because I tend to like damage, but capping is still a legitimate tactic. Just don't do it 3 minutes into the game, please. So anyway, once you've taken that, you can clearly push up through town, and push up this hill and just start getting a ton of flank shots from, on the enemy team from this. It's like I said, it's a very good way to win this map. From the north, if you win the 9-0 line, because you could push around, cap the base, get around behind the enemy team, and just, you pincered them. There's nothing more that needs to be said. And that's really all I'm going to say is just you can do that. That's the only real main difference. Now, going back, the middle area, this hill on my left, I really don't need to say anything more than there's really no spots. It's the tanks that have gun depression, tanks that have good camouflage, anything like that, they will tend to just be up here on this hill. These rocks provide some cover. not a whole lot. If you're safe from one side, more than likely you'll be exposed on another. See, like I might be safe from the 9-0 line, but my plates are still open to whatever's over there. Pretty much it's the same thing for most of these rocks, with probably the exception of this one, just because of the size. Of course, unless the south side somehow wins the castle and they all flood out of there like zombies off that thing. Then you're completely exposed and you're dead. But TDs, medium tanks, will be all over this mountain like ants on an anthill. So, pretty good analogy right there. They'll be all over it. I can guarantee that if you were to blind fire any one of these rocks as artillery, you more than likely will get at least something of splash damage or a critical hit, even if you don't deal damage. So let's say, you know, and this is a very good defensible area, and this is why I say sometimes it's not even worth attacking from the south side on the 9-0 line. It is because of the fact that if you let all these tanks up here get unchallenged and they got gun depression, strong turret armor, and the south side artillery is not supporting you in your push, you TDs, whatever, they are there the whole day. You pop up, you're going to get shot. You're just going to get shot. That ravine over there is an excellent fatal funnel for heavy tanks that don't have the gun depression or the ability to crest ridges and protect their lower plate. They all just flood over there. If artillery is back there in the corner, he will probably get a bombardier. Fish in a barrel, really. It's fish in a barrel over there. It's not even worth sometimes attacking from there. If you don't have a light tank constantly popping this ridge line over there, spotting me or whatever, excuse me, I got hiccups, spotting whatever ridges are up here, it's just not worth it that much. Again, but if you do have the support, by all means, you can keep these guys, keep our heads down. You can keep them on this side of the ridge, and that allows you to push up safely. That's really it. You can get some good, again, you can get some shots on pretty much everything over here along the ridge. It's like the same thing, really, on this side. You can get cross shots. You can get cross shots on whatever's pushing up to get into the castle. I do believe this little, the moat over here is the same thing. Same tactic can be used. Same thing with these trenches, ravines, whatever you want to call them, defilades. Same idea. Don't go down there unless you're a platoon and you're just going to blitz over these things and push into the enemy flank, push into the enemy headlong. Don't do it. Best bet is to attack from this side. That could have ended badly.
It could have.
Yes. Again, attack from this side. It's a good thing. Really, it's just almost self-explanatory. It's the same side, just certain terrain features dictate how you approach or the approach angle for that flank. You know, you got this nice little crescent moon area here that allows some more cover and flexibility for shifting from focusing on the 9-0 to the 4-5 to even, you know, the 1-2 line. You got more flexibility here, but, you know, you're open up to the back from being flanked, whereas on the north side there, you just have that nice straight hill there that you can use to defend yourself from the 9-0 line, defend your base pretty strongly, and get good shots on the 9-0 and everything, all that. But yet also you got the ability to move freely all along the 1-2-3 area without having to worry about getting shot in the rear or the side. I'm going to cover this side, and then I'm going to... Yeah, castle's pretty much the same. I just want to check something to see. I want to point out, if it is the same with this mode, I do want to point out where you'll probably get shot from, so I'm going to double check that. So yeah, you're flanking, super fast, mediums, heavy, just same thing I said in the first part. You know, waiting for him to die, apparently. Renegade's playing with fire. So, you know, you come up and flank, you're right there. You're exposed to everything up there, exposed to whatever TDs are hiding back there. Same situation. So, alright, you'll win this side. The 4-5 line's 1. The 1-2 line is 1, or still doing 1-2 line things in the cast. Either way. If you're going to push, make sure you clear out whatever's over here. I have seen tanks where there's one tank left alive and it's a waffle, and it's because it's been camping back here the whole time. Don't forget all about these hills back here. There is more than likely something back here. Stritzvaughn could be back here with these hills, provides perfect cover for him to, you know, provide assistance. Artillery can come back here and provide assistance, as well as a fallback position for artillery to protect the flank. Like I said, artillery can get shots on you if you're hiding right there. Don't forget about this spot. So if you do win this flank, make sure you clear this out. Other than that, I think that pretty much covers it. I missed anything?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right. I think I can just go back to garage and that ends it. All right.
Be back in garage.
So that is, yeah, I'm going back to the garage.
no,
So that is,
your vehicle.
well, you might want to go.
Sorry,
back to
I'll
garage,
do
that might
donuts.
fix it. All right. Well, that is Redshire, like 1944. Yes, Redshire 1944. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or anything regarding the pretty much the map, or some arguments or some things that you've done that might have worked on the map, feel free to share them in the comments below. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of these things, hit the subscribe button. Again, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.
Take care.